Hello, boys and girls, men and women of all ages, shapes, and sizes. My name is Owen Adams, also known as British Gamer, and you're looking at something a little bit different here. You will recognize this if you saw my Minecraft Pi Edition video. This is the desktop for the Raspberry Pi, which is a $35 mini computer that runs a little version of Linux you can buy today. Now, the last time you saw this, I was doing Minecraft Pi. That video went across really well. I thought that was going to be kind of just a cute little thing, but people were really very interested in that. I'm going to be doing some more videos of Pi Edition. I've got some kind of tutorials for the scripting to show you. But today, this is just something a little quick and a little different. I thought since people enjoyed seeing that, you might be interested in seeing what other games you can run on the Pi and a little bit more about the Pi. Now, the Pi runs on Linux, so you get most of your software through a software repository. You access most stuff through the terminal. Here is the terminal, it's command line. Now, one of the games I want to show you, I am going to show you how to install this, although it is already installed, so take it with a pinch of salt. If you are new to your Pi, you may want to try installing things through the sudo apt-get command. If you want to install anything on the Pi, all you really do is type this into the terminal, and then you'll be able to look up a library of all the software available for the Pi. You just put its title in. Today we're going to be looking at a very famous open source game, and one of my absolute old favorites called Abuse. Type it in, you hit your thing, there we go. Abuse is already the newest version, so it's already installed, so it's not going to install it for me. But if you have your Raspberry Pi, or do you know, in fact, if you're running kind of any version of Debian Linux, you can install it just like that. It's available for everything. I should also say this game is available on PC, it's available on Mac, it's available on just about anything that'll run it. It's been around since the DOS days. The developers went out of business, and so they released the source code for free. Now we're going to have to get it from in here. For once, I don't mind showing you my desktop because my Pi is fairly secure, and here it is. When we load this up, we'll zoom in and drop all this stuff out. Abuse. I first played this game a very long time ago in a galaxy far away. You are Nick Verena. It is the year 2009. You have been falsely incarcerated in the distant future of 2009 inside a high-security underground prison where illegal genetic experiments are taking place. Alan Blake, the head research scientist, has isolated the specific gene which causes violence and aggression in humans. This genetic sequence called Abuse is highly infectious, causing horrific transformations. So as you can see, we've got a pretty grown-up plot here. This basically tells you what you need to do. Now, one of the things I love about this game, one of the things I really love about this game, is even though we're talking about a 2D old-school game, I mean, this game came out in the early 90s, we're actually kind of futuristic in our game mechanics. So let's just get in here. I'm going to drink a little bit of Pepsi. Abuse, once again. So here we go. Woo! Kind of pixelated. You'll be able to see. I'm looking at this. You'll be seeing it full screen. I'm actually looking at this kind of in a window, so I'm only seeing a little bit now. You have to do a few things. First thing, this is the first game I ever remember with a gray slider. Select the darkest gray. I'm going to notch it up a little bit because YouTube, in my experience, makes things a little bit darker. That might be too bright. There we go. I want it to look right. This is a pretty dark looking game. Now, let's see if we can just get the... Okay. Let's get into this. Load, save game, start a new game. We'll go through. So, here we have our main character. Now, this is the cool thing. So, it's arrow keys to move around, as you would expect. But it's actually a little bit like first-person shooter controls. Your aiming always follows the mouse. The animation is beautiful, by the way. To the point where, for example, if you're looking that way and you run that way, he'll face that way. Same thing. He always looks where you're aiming. So, boo! Let's do this. Pew, 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 pew! Hope we're getting sound. I personally am not hearing any sound, but this game has sound. It's probably because I turned the... Huh. Hold on. Where are our sounds? Volume control. Weird. Alright, if you're missing the sound, I do apologize. If you've got the sound, it's a quirk of my system, not the game itself. I do apologize. So, obviously, visual style very, very, very inspired by Alien. Aliens, other games of this era. Oh, hello. Whoops, a daisy. Check out the lighting effects as you actually blast stuff away. Pretty cool. Clicking your ammo here. Down key to activate objects. Runs nice and smooth, even on this most ancient of this most puny of hardware that you'll get in the Pi. I mean, this is running on a RISC processor, which is a very old school processor. This console saves data. Press down. 1. There we go. Let's see. Press the control insert keys to select weapons. There we go. Got our weapon control here. We now have a little grenade launcher. We'll stick with the lasers for now. Come on, old robot legs. Oh, you can't kill them till they activate. So this is kind of... The reason this is kind of an exciting game is... Games like this, they've had a renaissance because of the Super Nintendo days, you know, the old 2D side-scrollers. But this is one that really feels very different to a lot of games from this period that seem similar. Because even though this game is technologically not that different from the kind of games you get on the Super Nintendo, it's always had this real sense of budget to it. Like, this is a game that really feels like so much time and energy went into making sure the controls were great and the experience was great. I mean, look at this. If you go through this window, look at that scrolling there. There's a sense that outside this prison there's a real world built into it, even though you've got a kind of claustrophobic... Oh, hello. You're dealing with kind of a claustrophobic corridor shooter, and yet... And here's something that looks very much like the alien from Aliens. I think we must have killed him there. So you're dealing with a kind of a claustrophobic corridor shooter that wants to be more than that, you know? There's a real scope to it, and I think this is a really fantastic game. I was really pleased when I saw that this actually works on the... Oh, hello, run away! Let's try the grenade launcher. Really pleased when I saw that this works on the Pi, because it's a really nice opportunity. I mean, I could have played this on the Mac, obviously, but it's a nice opportunity to try and show off two things at once. How easy it is to get these old things running, and show a little love for the Pi, and also kind of remind people about this crazy, weird old game that a lot of people probably don't remember. So I said the developer went out of business. That is true, if I remember rightly. They were working on another game, but they released the source code to this while they were still in business, I think. Okay, we can't smash that. Weird, you can't get the aliens till they hatch. I say aliens. Look at these lighting effects. There we go. Whoa! Hello. Oh, you suck. Grenades! I think that's my health there. Is that my ammo? Thank you. Oh, I could have just activated that. I really hope there's some sound here, because the music and stuff in this game is immense. But if not, I can understand if we don't get the sound. Ah, yes, and now aliens teleport in too. Yeah, eat grenades. Oh, why do they have lasers? Where have they acquired lasers from? So yeah, if you are not on a Raspberry Pi, don't worry, you can still play the game. If you just search for Abuse, I'm sure you'll find an open source version. Because like I say, it's pretty much free these days. I don't know if all the levels from the commercial version are included in the open source version, so because this was back in the day when games released a shareware where you'd get kind of the first kind of couple of levels, and then the idea was you'd share those with your friends. Whoa, hello. You'd share those with your friends. and then those friends would go on to buy copies of the game, basically. Kind of like the first Diablo, if people remember that, you know? Early Blizzard games had this concept called spawning, where you could use your version of the disc to make a demo of the same game. I'd like to see that come back, actually. Alright, now we still only just got one weapon, which is a shame. Ah, yes, sealed doors. And something on the other side of that one. Okay, hello. Yeah, I'll go through here, thanks. Whee! Other things as well, like, so many games use this whole press up to enter doors thing. This game knows down to enter doors, because you might want to jump. Oh, yeah, big spiky balls. Good, good. It's also great because things that harm you, generally speaking, harm the aliens too. So this is hopefully going to be a new little video series I'm doing, just doing a quick little play of all the different games you can play on the Pi. Obviously, we're on Linux, so we're dealing with a lot of... How do we open this door? We're dealing with a lot of games that are open source and available on a lot of different things. So a lot of them aren't going to be... Oh, hello. He's killing me! Just like the thing from... Oh man, what was that called? Thing in Total Recall. The Cleaner. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of different little open source games. There aren't many... I can't think of many Pi exclusive games. But hopefully that might mean getting to look at a few things maybe a lot of people haven't played before. And more than that, you know, checking out just what the Pi can do. Hello. More aliens! Run away! One of the really goofy things about this game is, when it first started out, it had a plot that was basically the plot to Alien 3. And then in the first patch that the game got, they changed the whole story. They added a new introduction that just completely changed the story, which I always thought was kind of funny. You don't see that coming up much. Oh, hello. I went on that teleporter. I thought I died. I didn't. Let's have the grenade, shall we? Grenades! Oh, and I died. Alright, well, I'm going to call that a day there. I think that's been pretty fun. Just a nice little short video to check that out. This is Abuse. It is on the Raspberry Pi that I'm playing it, but you can play it on all kinds of things, and I really hope you do, because it's a great old game. It's one of my absolute favorite old games, and if you're more used to modern games and you find older games a little inaccessible, you might enjoy it, because there aren't a lot of games like that, and it's fairly forward-thinking in its controls. It's actually, this was the first game where I really felt like I am the character just by having that mouse interaction. It's pretty great. So this is the first of a series of something, I don't have a name for it, probably Best of Pi Gaming, something like that, we'll see. You'll see up above what name I went with in the end. If you have enjoyed this, please do leave a like. If you want to see more, please do subscribe. And please leave me a comment, because I really liked seeing what you guys thought of the other Pi videos. So if you watch this and you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear what you think. I'm getting out of here. Thank you very much for watching. Check the video description below for all the usual information about how to get in touch. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye!